Hey everybody, we're live. This is Beyond Quest with Reck, and my guest today
Did my
is
camera die? Yeah, it did.
LitRPG, LitRPG Dennis. Dun dun dun.
We love this. We love this.
We've been chit-chatting for like 20 minutes or so, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I'm fixing it. Give me one sec. How's it going, everybody?
yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome. Hey Doug. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Oh yeah. We got Doug in here. Yay.
Doug, we got Jen.
All right, let me refresh this.
Welcome, both of you. And BJ. Hey, BJ.
All right, we're good. I'm back.
There we go. Here we are.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome. And VJ's in here.
Mm-hmm.
We got Doug. I see Culligan.
Yeah.
What
Hey,
is up, party people? That is my line. You're right. How dare
that
you?
is true. That is true. Hey, well, I'm excited to talk and to not have had to read a book for this podcast.
I get it. I get it. There's
Yeah.
lots of shows, lots of books to be read.
Yeah. Yeah. I had high expectations for Jordan Con, and we're gonna get into Jordan Con, but um I was like, I'm gonna write a couple chapters, I'm gonna read a little bit, I'm gonna do I did like nothing besides the con. Like there was no reading done at Jordan Con, and I love Lance dearly, and like we had talked about like listening to a book or two while we were driving to Atlanta. We listened to 0 books. We just chit-chatted the whole drive.
That's amazing. Yeah, I
Right?
noticed during the con, a lot of authors and folks like brought their laptops and like
Mm-hmm.
would sit in the lobby with their laptop open and then immediately close it because people would walk up and start chit
Right.
chatting. I'm like, you're not gonna get any
There's
writing
no
done here.
work being done. Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
So if you're a writer and you're going to LitRPG Con, just get ahead in your writing, pre-schedule your Royal Road posts. Like I'm struggling because I'm behind on Patreon. So like get it all done ahead of time because it's gonna be a null for getting words down that week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yes. So I drove from Kansas, but I went down to Oklahoma City to carpool with Lance. So my drive back was 19 hours.
Oh my,
It's wild.
it's a long time.
Yeah. 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 And BJ, thank you so much. So BJ does like oils and lotions and stuff. And in my book, we have a banana slug that really likes persimmons. And she
Ooh.
made some persimmon beard oil.
Oh.
It's not only does it make your beard fluffy,
Mhm.
but you smell like a persimmon, which is amazing.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. Doug
Yeah.
wrote 2 chapters at Lit RPG Con last year. Yeah, that's it, just 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, at
Doug.
least he got some writing done.
Yeah, it's Doug. This year you got like 3 times as many friends. It's just, nothing's getting done, man.
Nope. No, no,
Hey,
no. It's been very
Lance.
busy. Very busy time at Lit RPG Con.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Thomas?
Hey, Thomas. Yeah. All right. So I would like Dennis. So we were both Jordan Con virgins, right? Neither one of us had been
Yep.
first year,
First
right?
time.
Yep. What was one of the most surprising things about Jordan Con for you?
Ooh, I like this. Well, to be fair, it was a unique year because of good old Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
It was very busy. The lines were crazy, the lines were long, but I really enjoyed how welcoming the staff specifically of Jordan Con, all the volunteers and everybody there. They were so kind, so welcoming. I met a couple of them and they just loved that we were there hanging out. Everybody in the lobby was always super welcoming. People were wanting to converse about, Wheel of Time, Brandon Sanderson, and just anything related to sci-fi fantasy, lit RPG,
Mhm.
and all that. So I think
Yeah.
it kind of appreciate that compared to lit RPG con because it was the same thing. Everybody's super welcoming, super kind, and I really enjoyed that about the con.
Yeah. There did seem to be like a divide. It was like, lit RPG and then like the Jordan Sanderson crowd. There's a little bit of a divide. But when we intermingled, there was no like eye rolling or, like what
Right.
is lit RPG or, it was a pretty friendly place. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, there were a couple, I think Jay Krause released a book at Jordan Con
Mhm.
and he had a signing and during the signing I was walking up to people and asking them if they were willing to check it out and they were all about it. They were intrigued at the fact that LitRPG was around, hanging out, books are available, and I think people are very open to the genre and wanted to check it
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, had a booth. So Lance and I and
Mhm.
Brian ran a booth, and you know, I mean, one of the things about JordanCon is that there's a lot of like lit RPG authors there, but it's not like we had a core fan group that came, but there weren't just a ton of lit RPG fans like there are at lit RPG Con.
Right.
And so a little apprehensive running a booth, like how many sales you're gonna get as soon as you say lit RPG, like are people going to turn away? And I surprisingly, a lot of people were open to buying lit RPG, and a lot of the lit RPG booths, like Aaron Renfro
Mhm.
and Jeffrey had a booth, and I think Ben
Mhm.
had a booth. And I think, you know, like if you just kind of looked around, the
Yeah.
lit RPG booths had quite a few people in front of them pretty consistently compared to some of the other folks.
Mhm.
And partially, I think because we were mostly new blood at the con, but
That's
people
fair.
were not turning away, right? So,
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see that. I mean, I spoke with Aaron, and he was set up at the Pivot Press booth and everything, and he's like, yeah, this is our first time doing this, first time doing the booth thing, and
mhm.
I think he really enjoyed that. So I think he got a good turnout.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, his booth was really well run too. So yeah, looks like Richie's joined us. Hey, Richie and Keith, nice to have you. We got
Yeah,
a
we got a
crowd
good bunch of
tonight.
folks.
Yeah. So
Come
okay,
on.
so we're not really talking about books like our books tonight, right? Because Dennis hasn't written a lit RPG yet.
Yeah.
Dot dot dot.
Oh, ooh.
But if you've got any questions for us, go ahead and put it in the chat. I've got, you know, just some questions we're going to talk about. Um, what was the top moment for you, Dennis, at JordanCon?
Ooh. Top moment. I really enjoyed the karaoke night. I like that. I think the energy there was great. Everybody just goes there and just screams their head off. I think
Yeah.
that was a really fun time, and just getting to hang out with people outside of just talking shop,
Hmm.
being able to just relax, hang out, grab some lunch, grab some dinners. This is my first time meeting a lot of the authors and narrators in person. Specifically, I've talked to them online, but it's a different game when you're meeting them in person and being able to just go out and hang out and be like, hey, you want to grab some dinner? And let's just walk across the street and hang out. And I think that was the key highlight of it is the fact that you're able to just build those relationships in person and interact with people.
Hmm. Yeah. Lit RPG Cons are very similar too, where you just
Mhm.
have fans and authors just mulling about, and you just walk up and say, hey, and talk to them about their book or be their favorite read or whatever. And it's not, there's friendliness there.
Mhm.
Everybody's pretty open to it. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you're saying karaoke though, because okay, you guys, karaoke started, and a lot of lit RPG folks went and like grabbed this big table
Mhm.
where they had been playing poker or something. So there are all these like coins,
They were
and we
already there. I don't know why the coins are already there.
I know. So like
And
for like an hour, we're all like bored flipping these coins into cups of
all
water
I
and
did
stuff.
was put cups in the middle, and everybody went to town. I don't understand. Like, I wasn't even doing it for a game, but they just started going at it. I think it was fun because we were just hanging out, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't like we were just forced to be there or bored out of our minds. We were just hanging out and chilling. And I
yeah,
do agree that I think karaoke went to a rough start in terms of people singing, but I was there
yeah,
late, and
yeah.
so
Yeah, the
it
later it
really
got, the
popped
better the
off.
sing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
popped off
did.
the later it went, and we had some good singers. Jessica Three, amazing singer.
Jessica's amazing. Yeah,
Gary Furlong. We had Neil Helligers. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
it was amazing.
Note, Dennis just listed off a bunch of narrators that were really good singers.
That's fair. That's fair. They use their voice professionally.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just saying, if you're not a narrator, get your karaoke song in early, because once the narrators take over, it's like, yeah.
Oh, they love it. They love
Uh-huh.
it, and it's
Uh-huh.
great. All the
Yeah.
duets and everything. So I enjoyed the karaoke night.
Hmm. I will admit I mostly just threw poker chips at Pop Pop the whole time because it was fun. Keith's got a question for us. He wants to know, what's going to be your first lit RPG book, Dennis?
Oh yeah. um, no, it's I. don't like writing. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not a fan of it, but I did see. I'm gonna shout out James A. Hunter. He released a little post today, a couple hours ago, giving almost a, I wouldn't call it a contest, but entries into an anthology that he wants to set up for the world or the universe of the Backrooms with Discount Dan. Word count I think was 500 to 1500 or something like that, 15,000. I'm like, hey, maybe I can write a quick 500 word short story.
This is
I don't
how
know.
it starts. This is
Exactly.
how it starts. You're
I'm
like,
not a writer. I don't like writing, but I'm like, hey, it's a small little short story, maybe. So it's gonna very much maybe, big maybe.
It's just gonna draw you in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. So Discount Dan. So check James Hunter's feed so you can get the details in the contest. Bane also has a short story contest with the due date of tomorrow. So if you've got something fantasy like laying around, it might be a good turn in there too. So Thomas wants to know why did nobody tell me Richie's voice was so smooth? I mean,
come on, it's Richie. What can I say?
Yeah. Richie is smooth, so
Richie's a smooth criminal. What can I say?
Yeah, absolutely. Is he still in here? I think maybe not.
Probably.
he's already dipped. Okay. Doug wants to know, who did you meet at Jordan Con that you didn't expect to run into?
I think I expected to run into this person, but I didn't expect them to like want to talk to me that much. Was Ben Wolf, and it's not like wanting to talk to me as in like I don't know, they don't like me, but Ben Wolf is just super nice and really wanted to actually get into more of the interviews and social media side of things, and like pulled me aside and said, hey, let's set up an interview slot, and I want to talk to you and hang out and everything. So I just didn't expect everybody to be kind of welcoming to the influencer side of things. It's a little different. It's a little new to the world. So
I think that was a different flavor to Jordan Con that we hadn't had at LitRPG Con last year, right? We didn't, I mean, we had some podcasters and stuff, but we didn't have the influencer side of things as much. And so yeah, I think everybody was kind of like, what are you strange creatures?
I mean, yeah, it's nice because I think it made it easier when I had conversations online with them, where they'll be in my comment section or whatnot and hanging out, and it's a little easier that way so that they actually know who I am. But yeah, if I go up to them, I'm like, oh yeah, I do TikToks. They'd be like, so do you write anything or you know? Yeah. But I get it, and it's gonna be crazy at LitRPG Con because there's gonna be a lot of book talkers, TikTokers, influencers, people who just make videos or make content coming to LitRPG Con.
Yeah,
great. I think there's only 2 or 3 at Jordan Con. There's gonna be like double digits, probably 20, 30 people coming to LitRPG Con.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. There's gonna be a lot of just like, let's shoot a video and come with me into the dark corner so I can interview you.
Exactly. Hey, let's find this random corner to away from everybody.
Yeah. So this question's a little bit harder for me to answer because Pop and I did the road to Jordan Con, so we interviewed all the LitRPG authors. But I'm gonna shout out to 2 folks. One I don't actually remember the name of, but a year ago there was these 2 ladies that did like the best Legends and Lattes cosplay I've ever seen at Dragon Con, and I gave them my Cozy Fantasy book. I was just like, hey, you guys will like this book, and I like threw it at them and then like walked off. And they were both at Jordan Con.
I think
one of them was a moderator of one of my panels.
That's awesome.
I'm like, you look very familiar. We tracked each other down, and then the other person, Mark, the blacksmith that was he like donated one of the big swords in the auction. Him and I faced off in the Blade Master tournament a couple times, and figured out that he's from my kind of hometown in Michigan, and we both fenced at the same time at like rival fencing schools.
Oh wow, small world.
Right. And so it was nice to meet a fellow Michigander and make that connection. And he was there for like the Jordan Sanderson side of the Jordan Con, but it was good. It's those random people that you meet that are awesome. So shout out to Mark.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole key part of these conventions and everything. Just going in and meeting new people and subgenres or different aspects of the con that they're there for. So
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's a little wild. Okay. Most embarrassing moment of the con.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
most embarrassing. Uh I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I think I tried dancing at one point during the dance night. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a dancer at all. So
I
maybe,
don't think many of us in the lit RPG
yeah,
can do dancing.
exactly. Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a most embarrassing. Luckily, I stayed up all night, but like I wasn't out. I guess I wasn't out partying too much, and
Yeah.
I think I had a great time the whole time. I don't think I had a key embarrassing moment. Um,
Yeah. Nothing. Okay, Dennis, you're not living if you're not embarrassing yourself.
yeah, I guess I'm not embarrassing myself enough.
Uh, I had this moment where it was during the karaoke, right? And
Mhm,
we're all hanging out and stuff. And I know I've seen Jessica 3 do karaoke before. And so I was
mhm,
like kind of waiting for her to like come downstairs. And normally she does it in costume, because she has the best costumes. So this lady comes like up to the lit RPG table, and out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, oh, it's Jessica. And she's this big, like
mm.
amazing costume. And I go, she has arrived. And it was not Jessica at all. I ended up hugging this stranger and pretending like I somehow knew her. It was
That's amazing.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm just saying, you guys, if you just walk up to some lady in cosplay and you go, she has arrived, you will end up in a half-hour long conversation and buying her a drink. So do it.
Wow. Not only that, you guys ended up chatting and everything and hanging
Mhm.
out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love
Richie
that.
says his most embarrassing moment was hanging out with me. You
Richie,
goober.
come
Yeah,
on. Richie,
goober.
we love you, Richie. It was a fun time hanging out. I think that's because
Yeah.
I'll reiterate that meeting friends and people who I chat with online
Yeah.
is the key aspect of it.
I think the true indicator, how much sleep for the weekend did you get? What was your
Oh,
latest night?
I think the second night is the one where we stayed up till like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
4:30. No
It's
sleep.
pretty late.
No
Yeah.
sleep. Yeah. That was a late one.
Yeah.
12 hours top. Okay. Yeah,
For the
lucky
whole
you.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I mean,
No, very lack of sleep. And that's fair. I run on amount of sleep and I mean, I have an energy drink here and it's like 5 p.m. Come on.
yeah.
So yeah.
I had this hilarious moment. Like Lance would head to bed. We were like splitting a room. Like he'd head to bed and I'd stay
Mhm.
up and like talk, lobby talk, whatever.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like I'd finally be like, okay, it's like 2 a.m. I'm gonna go to bed. And I get up to the hotel room and Lance is like, okay, like wide awake. I don't know if he was reading or writing or whatever, but he was like, all right, now what happened?
Oh, that's awesome. I love Lance. I
Yeah,
met him at the con. Oh, what a
yeah.
great human being.
Yeah, it was great. So then we'd sit up for another hour or two chit-chatting about how our days went and
Mhm.
selling books and all the rest of it. It was just it was a fun time.
Jeez. And you guys drove back. That's awesome.
But not much sleep was
Yeah,
had. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
No. If you're sleeping at a con, then you're not, like, again, you're not doing it right.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got another question here.
Yeah.
Doug wants to know what books you're reading right now. Dennis.
Ooh,
Just
I
Dennis.
am.
Doug doesn't want to know what I'm reading.
Okay, Doug. Oh no. So 2 nights ago, I just finished this one, so I'll count it because it was very, very recent. I just finished Knights of Eternity, Calamity.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
great, great book.
Rachel.
I listened to it. Andrea Parsnow, loved it. I just started this one for Jared, the long-winded one. Get Trucked.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Get
that
Truck
one
comes out
May
this
4th and on
yeah.
next Monday. Where's my camera? There we go. Yep, comes out on Monday. And then I just started, which I should have started this one a long time ago. I started Heretical Fishing, book 1
Yes.
today.
Okay, some good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about some releases here. We've got a few today in this like last week.
Yeah.
So Get Trucked is next week.
Mhm.
Everybody knows Long-Winded One. Jared is one of the podcasters. Get Trucked is fun. I've read it and I've talked to him on a podcast. How are you liking it so far, Dennis?
Like I said, I just started it, but I am enjoying it. I think it's got a good concept. It's very unique in
Hmm.
terms of that. I think that's kind of the whole point of what Jared was going for. Was that it is different, but not at the same time of being still in the genre and
Got it
relevant.
somewhere. Yeah. Yes. It's so the premise, you guys, is that the main character is I called him a vehicle of isekai destruction. I don't know. He is in his vehicle running people over to isekai them into other worlds. So and then his truck or his vehicle gets upgraded based on completing tasks and quests
Hmm.
and stuff like that, which I haven't read one like that before.
Hmm.
It kind of reminded, like, I mean, if you think about like Ryan Maxwell, Grand System Bending, where they're running over goblins all the time,
Yeah,
kind of similar, but a little bit more like precision strike
right.
in this
I think
one.
the concept of it, like I said, I just started it, but it kind of gives me almost like Mad Max slash like Crazy Taxi kind of vibes with it. But yeah, it's comes out on Monday, May 4th.
Yep. Another release, if you've been following along with my podcast for a while, it's one of the first folks I interviewed this year. AJ Drummond's got the next book out in his series. This was the series that I described as like if Jim Butcher, if Dresden Files and like the video game Diablo had a mashup. It's like dark, Fallen
That cover is
Paladin.
awesome.
Yeah, the art is amazing. So that came out, I think, last week. So go pick up a copy. It's on Audible
Nice.
too. So um, we also have another favorite. Casey Azel's book just came out, Blood on the
Ooh,
Sand.
I
It's the
like
second
that.
in the series. So if you've read Mage Light, pick up Blood on the Sand. I'm about a third of the way through it, and I'm gonna have Casey on the show, I think next week. And we're gonna be talking about it. It's fun. It's again, this is like hot but not spicy. So if you
Hmm.
kind of like a reverse harem hotness,
Ooh, Richie
it's
really
yeah,
likes Blood on the
yeah,
Sand. Nice.
yeah. I believe it. As I'm reading it, I'm like, Richie would really like this one. Yeah. Yeah, and Mage Light is book one.
Hmm.
And then the next release that came out today
Hmm. Yeah,
is Library System Reset Renewal. And
nice.
I need to work on my plan. I was going to give people like a medal if they finish a series. Since we have so
Oh,
many
yeah. This
opening
one
series.
is technically the final
This is
book in
the
the series, right?
finale,
Yeah,
book 6. Yeah. So
nice.
I
Narrated
was
by
like,
Andrea Parse now.
yeah, yeah. And I think the audio's out as well. I'll let Richie correct us on that. But
Pretty sure. Yep.
um, Library System Reset is a fantastic series. Katie Hanna is a dream.
Hmm.
And I got an art copy of this, and all of the loose ties and all the little stuff that you're like, what the hell is going on, get tied up in this book. So you don't have to
Nice.
like worry about it being open-ended or anything like that. So yeah, pick
Yep.
up Library System Reset.
I've
And
heard.
then
I've heard it.
yeah,
It's terrifying in terms of like how emotional things get in this final book. So,
yeah, it does get emotional. There might be a death or two.
oh,
Um, I was okay with the death.
whoa,
It wasn't. I told Katie, I was like, if you kill this character, or that character, we can't be friends anymore. And she's like,
that's
oh,
great. That's
yeah.
great. Amazing.
Have you
Yeah,
read any of the library system resets yet, Dennis?
I have not, and I'm very much looking forward to getting to it now that it is also a complete series
Mhm.
as well. So that kind of adds to it.
I think. Let me know in the chat. Do you wait till a series is complete to read it, or are you willing to read it as it goes?
Mm,
Especially, I wonder this because I hear people say they wait.
yeah.
But it's like, do they? Do they really? Especially with a KT Hannah who's already completed a couple series. So it's like obviously she's gonna finish it in a timely manner.
Hmm.
So yeah. Okay, one more release, and this one happened today.
Ooh,
Wing Weaver by AP Beswick.
yes.
This one's not lit RPG, I don't think, but it is
Epic progression fantasy
yeah,
is like how
progression
it's
fantasy.
described. Dragon Riders. It's all of it just sounds amazing. Just released today. We love Adam. He's great.
Hmm.
I'm super excited to dive into this one. He gave me a copy during JordyCon, so I'm
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I'm excited to dive into it. Yeah,
I
it
think
has a unique premise to it. So
yeah, yeah. So, the premise is that this guy has a dragon egg, and the egg hatches, but it's like a stone egg or whatever, and the dragon
mhm.
can't fly. It's kind of the ramifications, and so then it goes from there. But it's an academy book,
Yeah, I'm
and
excited about the academy aspect of it.
yeah, I talked to Adam, and I was like, is this one of those academy books that like says it's an academy book and then they immediately like leave the academy like 20 pages in? And he's like, no, they stay at the academy the whole time. So if you like academy books or dragon riders,
Mhm.
you should give Wing Weaver a try. I think it's out on audio as well.
Mm,
So
amazing. And have
yeah,
you seen the special edition of this? Like the purple
I
cover?
I have not seen I haven't seen
It's
the special
very
edition.
it's very
Really?
pretty. I think it's got like purple cover with like gold inlay on it. It's super pretty.
He told me this story about how he ordered like 1,000 copies of the special edition and they came with a flaw in the cover.
Oh,
And it's like, I mean, that's a lot of money to put
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Um, and he's now sold out of them or whatever because people were like, it's flawed just like the dragon. And
Mm.
they,
Oh, nice. I
right?
like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
It's like that's such a
Good way
good,
of spinning
yeah,
you know, a
yeah,
copy of a book that got flawed. That's nice. That's awesome.
yeah, exactly. All right. We've got a couple more questions that popped up. So keep asking
Yeah, of course.
questions. Yep. Let's see. Keith is saying that he's listening to 5 or 6 books at a time. I
Oh
hear you,
my.
Keith. Yeah. We've got this question from Corey. What is
Ooh.
both of your favorite subgenres of lit RPG?
Notice what is both?
Yeah, yeah.
You're a part of this as well. So
I am this time. Yeah, this time. You go first.
favorite subgenre of LitRPG. So I'm a big fan. I've said this before. Anything to do with like time loops, regression, time travel, I'm a big fan of. And I guess another one would have to be almost like Tower Climber. I'm a
Mm,
big fan of like almost how not only do the main characters and the story progresses and you get the skills and abilities or whatnot, and you can see the numbers go up, but the Tower Climber aspect of it is that they are literally ascending things and they are progressing through the tower, whether I mean if that's part of the story. And so
mhm.
I kind of like that double progression aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Tower Climber as well, and like just dungeon and well, Tower Climber I think gives because in a lot of tower climbers, each floor is completely different than the previous floor. So you get maybe more of this ability to change up, like unlike
Mhm.
in a lot of dungeons, they're like, well, this is a goblin dungeon, and maybe the
Yeah,
goblins get tougher, but it's all goblins. So in a tower climber, you get like, here's a cloud floor, here's a jungle
that's
floor.
fair.
You get a little bit more variation, which I like. I also like dungeon core.
Mhm.
I've read a lot of dungeon core. Um, it's just a fun premise, and that as a subgenre, I feel like there's still a lot left to explore
Mhm.
in both dungeons and tower climbers. I like academy books.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I'm not
Do
a
you?
big fan of like time loops or I generally don't like post-apocalyptic stuff because it's still a little
Mm,
too dark for me.
yeah.
I'll read cozy and slice of life.
Mhm.
Um,
Do you like when do you like it when they're in the academy the whole time or almost as like an arc within the story?
um, I kind of like it when they're in the whole time, but that can get boring. And there's been a lot of books that like dip into Academy, like
Mhm.
I'm Not the Hero or the Exlian Syndrome,
Mhm.
where you have
That's
these
ring,
like
yeah.
yeah, where you like go into the academy and then come out and that's fine. I was making fun of Adam. I was like, is this stay in the academy? But like honestly, I don't really care, you know.
Yep.
But if you get too formulaic about the academy, then it just kind of slows it down and gets a little
Mm,
boring,
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, I
Yeah.
read this one's a time loop one. This is the stubborn skill grind in a time loop. I mean, it's in the title, but in that one, they also had an arc of being in a academy, a magic school, which I really enjoyed. And it was just
Mhm.
a separate arc, but they keep coming back and going out, coming back type of thing. And I like it because it's still in there, but not the main aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah. We need more than just Hogwarts, right? Like we need some external threat or
That's
yeah.
fair.
some reason to sneak around outside at night or whatever. Yeah. All right, we got some people answering. Do they wait to finish and wait till a
Yeah.
series is finished? So Corey's like, my readers are waiting. That sucks. I'm sorry, Corey. That's want right.
Mm.
BJ saying that she does
Mhm.
both waits and reads. I think one of the things I do, it's like bog standard. Like I've read book 1 through 3 because that was what was out when I first picked up the series,
Yeah.
and now book 4 is out, and I think book 5 is on its way, and it's like
Mhm.
I will catch up. It's just going to take me a little bit to pick up book 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like when a series is still ongoing and it takes a little while for a book to release, then you're like, I have to remember what I read.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to catch up and do this. But it's also nice because if you're reading as it goes, then you're caught up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have this TBR as people love their TBR stack, but
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just from an author perspective, it's really tough when people are wait because I think if you've got authors that are more business minded, they're doing analytics on how well their books are selling as to
Yeah.
whether they're going to continue the series or not. So if you really
Mm,
like 14, 20 long book series or whatever, you can't wait because who's going to spend 5 years writing a 20 book long
yeah,
series that nobody's reading,
that's fair.
right?
That I mean, that's also the big aspect of Royal Road, right? Is almost to test your book out and seeing you get those statistics right
Mm-hmm.
for your book, and excuse me, you get those chapters read and those comments, and people get you get those comments almost live, and so I kind of like
Yeah,
that aspect of it as well.
yeah, yeah. Corey's asking me, or C is asking, by the way, Reck, how's the release going? Thanks, Corey, for the read of the book. I'm glad you like it. It's going good. It's certainly Stumbling Up hasn't like mega hit or anything, but the sales are steady, which is good. I think
Mhm.
again, I think back to that, people are waiting for more books to be out, so the rapid release is going. It's
Mhm.
crazy because again, you're committing. I've got book 2 is in production. I just finished formatting it. And I'm starting on book 3. Gonna try to have maybe if we'll see. I'll start this rumor. Maybe we'll have a book 3 physical special edition for the con. We'll
Ooh,
see. It's gonna be a stretch.
that's that's soon.
I know it's
Whoa.
gonna be a stretch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you just keep going. I talked to David Baxter earlier this year, and he was talking about what his like vampire series and how um like his book 5 took off, like
Mhm.
hit book 1 through 4 was
Right.
okay, and released book 5, and then suddenly the whole series just like lit on fire and sold like crazy. So
Mhm.
I don't know, I guess there's hope for that kind of thing, but yeah, I mean it's solid, but not
Yeah.
not not life changing or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean that's the tough thing. People are writing books. They put time and emotion into it, and when their first book it does well, but it's not one of those viral hits. Then they get a little down in the dirt about it, and so
Hmm.
just gotta keep going. You
Yeah,
never
just
know. You never
put
know.
one foot in front of the other,
Yeah.
as long as you're not like getting review tanked,
Mhm.
like I think that's the one thing with Stumbling Up is like I know I've got a quality book.
Mhm.
So, keep going, see if I can find my audience.
There you go.
I have not dumped. I think it's hard when you're an author because people either hit or they don't, and there's a lot of like back behind the scenes things going. So I haven't done any advertising outside of my TikToks and stuff. I haven't dumped any money into advertising yet because I'm kind of waiting for there to be more books in the series
Mhm.
to make that worth it. But sometimes folks are dumping money into book ones, and
Right.
yeah. I mean, it's wild. Um,
The
yeah.
marketing thing is it's a wild world out there. Outside of
Mm-hmm.
writing, the business side of things, you can
Mm-hmm.
get pretty crazy. There's a lot of stats and a lot of SEOs and whether you're writing to market or not, or everything plays into effect.
Yeah. SC is asking how fast I write, and not as fast as I wish. I'm trying to do a chapter a day. I probably need to do 2 chapters a day to hit the book 3 timeline, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, a special edition by LitRPG Con. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, we'll see. One of the benefits to being like an indie author, I'm not working with a publisher. Like Jen is in the chat. They're my spouse. They're like, I just finished the formatting for book 2 tonight, right? Like we do it all ourselves. So one of the advantages of that is you're never waiting for a timetable for a publisher. You can just like, okay, it's done, it's edited, it's whatever. I mean, you still have to line up your narrator and your editors
Yep.
and stuff,
Yep.
but you have a lot more control over that stuff than waiting for a big corporation or even a medium-sized corporation to have the staff available to take a look at what you're doing. So yeah,
The business side of things is crazy. I
the
mean,
business side, nobody ever nobody ever told me about how I had to market the thing. Yeah, I think a lot of us fall into that trap of like, oh no, does it just sell itself? What do you mean?
I'll go into why I started doing this. That's the whole point. Is I remember seeing a post, and I told him this the other day, and he didn't know this, by Justin Whitaker. He's also an author. He made a post on Facebook, and he's like, "Hey, like," he started doing marketing for his book. What are where are the book talkers? Where are the YouTubers or the influencers? Like, what different avenues of marketing is there? And all the authors are like, oh, I wish we had more. There's 50 plus comments of authors being like, we need more marketing avenues, we need people to help us market. I didn't know this is a thing. Oh, I have to market, all
Yeah,
those
yeah,
all those comments. That's quite literally why I started doing what I was doing. I was like, oh, let me just spread the word. I'm
yeah.
not expecting anything. I don't want anything like your books are great. I just want to help out with the marketing. So
Well, and we need folks like you. I mean, as you've seen online, people are very appreciative because it is, it's one of those things where marketing is hard to do in a silo by yourself, and it's like
Mhm.
10 times more fun when when somebody is like, I just read
When
this
there's a
cool
community
book, or
behind it,
yeah,
yeah.
there's a community behind it. Yeah, it's yeah, makes a difference. So, being a force for good in the world, Dennis. Thank you.
I try my best.
Yeah, yeah. All right, folks, keep the questions coming. I've got a few more. What do you think? You want to talk con more? Do you want to talk books more?
Either one. What next question you got? We can talk books.
Okay, let's think. But let's get into some. Let's see. Um, let's get into some like fun questions. Audience. I want you to respond to. What do you think, Dennis? The biggest, like, you're on TikTok. You're in these
Mhm.
spaces where there's people that don't read LitRPG, right?
Mhm.
What do you think the biggest misconception people have about the genre, about LitRPG is?
Oh, I think the key one is almost they relate it to Dungeons and Dragons, where it's a tabletop game.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like, oh, is this a choose your own adventure? Is this you have to actually be active in playing the lit RPG? And I think a lot of them have that misconception of, oh, this is this is just a normal story with
Mhm.
additional aspects into it. But you read it like a normal story, and a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
I've got that lots of times with family, friends, coworkers. Of, oh, is this a choose your own adventure type of thing?
I've gotten
Or
that too. Yeah,
lots
like
of times, and so it's one of those things where it's like, no, that sci-fi fantasy book that honestly probably was a lit RPG if it has some sort of stats or something.
yeah.
You love that book, yeah, that's probably a lit RPG. And so I think that's the biggest thing. That's the key part of it.
We need to make some like PSAs. This is not a choose your own adventure. It's just it's
Yeah,
just a
exactly.
regular adventure. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I 100% agree with that. What about our audience? What do you guys think the biggest misconception about lit RPG is to the general public?
Richie said, "Wait, Dennis reads. I try. I really try."
Wait, Richie reads?
Richie
Um,
out.
Doug wants to know, what was your lit RPG gateway book?
Ooh. So
How-
I've known about lit RPG for many, many years now. But I was in a bit of a reading slump, and so all I did was practically just buy them all, but not read them. Um, so the main one, and this is gonna be a big one, it's huge in the genre, is He Who Fights with Monsters.
Hmm.
I'm a big video gamer. Like I play video games every day, without a doubt. And so I didn't when lit RPG came up, I never thought of it being like a choose your own adventure. I always thought of it, oh, it's just a video game as a book. It's like you're watching somebody have a let's play, but the author is in control, which I really enjoy. I don't have that choice paralysis of what class I want to pick or what inventory, items do I need to
Mhm.
manage. I love that. And so when He Who Fights Monsters, I heard about it and I was like, there's no way this is a thing. I've been a long time reader. Previous to LitRPG, it was sci-fi fantasy. Still am. I'm a big fan of sci-fi fantasy and have been a reader since I was a little kid. And so when I heard about this, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that video game books are a thing. And that was my gateway. It was He Who Fights with Monsters. I remember when Dungeon Crawler Carl were releasing in the series, like back when book 4, book 3. And so I think that kind of led me into it was He Who Fights with Monsters.
Yeah, it's a solid series. I think it's going to be one of those. I mean, it's now in Barnes and Noble and stuff too, and I think it's going to be one of those
Yeah.
gateways into the genre, like
Mhm.
DCC. Yeah, yeah.
That's a huge one.
For me, Dungeonborn. I've said this before. Dungeonborn, it just had the original cover was really unique, weird, and the premise of a dungeon crawler. I read the back, like I read the like little synopsis, and was like, "What's this?" And I clicked on the 99-cent buy, and
Mhm.
haven't really looked back. Yeah, so I think that what is the thing that you think lit RPG scratches the itch in your brain that like regular fantasy or science fiction doesn't?
I'm a big people love the crunchy, creamy, right? I'm a big crunchy person. I even in my real life with video games, I love playing. I don't know if you've played like those idle incremental games where just numbers go up. It scratches that itch in my head. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I think I just like, and that's how why I like playing video games is unlocking things and finding these new paths or these new skills and abilities and everything. And um, always love seeing what they do, and so that's why I enjoy lit RPG is seeing where the character goes, what skills and abilities they unlock, and seeing those numbers go up. OPMC, that's a classic, and I'm a big fan of seeing those numbers go up. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, it's the dopamine drip of like more skill, more.
yeah, exactly.
More. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I know people
Um,
complain about pages of stat sheets or profile. I'm like, I'll take it. I'm fine with that. I love
give
it.
it. Yeah. I think that the only time I really complain about the stats is when it's in the audio format.
Yeah, that's fair.
It
That's
does
fair.
get, it's kind of like,
Uh, yeah, I've noticed
yeah.
authors started either giving it their own section or putting it at
Mhm.
the end of the book and being like, "Hey, this is what happened throughout." Like we've obviously had ties to it throughout the book, but if you want to see the whole profile, here you go at the end.
I think like Welcome to the Multiverse does that, and
Mhm.
Chrysalis I think was starting to do that. I mean, it's this is a trend I want to see more of in lit
Mhm.
RPG. Yeah, give us the ability at least in just audio to skip it.
Yeah, I
Um,
listened to Aaron Renfro's Apocalypse Breaker, which is huge on numbers, abilities, stats, classes, all that. Has a lot going on in it, and he does it in that as well, where it's they have their own sections throughout the book.
mhm. Yeah, smart, smart. Maybe a little bit frustrating to put together as an author, but like, yeah, yeah,
That's
makes
fair.
it better. Yeah. So you got a couple people talking. BJ is saying that from a what is lit RPG that only dungeon crawler is good. That's maybe a misconception people have. Um,
Nowadays,
yeah,
nowadays, every
yeah,
time I'm like, "Hey, have you heard of LitRPG? Done your car, Carl?" Yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah. Stacy says that her parents thought it was a pharmaceutical literary adventure, which yeah, that sounds wild. I would like to see the flow
Someone write
chart.
that. Someone write that. Yeah,
Uh huh.
exactly.
Uh huh. Yep. I think so. I'm gonna give a couple examples, but I also want to know. Yeah, do you ever have this moment where something becomes popular in the genre and you just inherently resist reading it? And I will admit this.
I
Dungeon Crawler Carl was one of the things. Like I'd read, Dakota Kraut stuff. I'd read He Who Fights with Monsters. I'd read all these other stuff, and DCC kept coming up on everybody's tier list, and I
mhm.
was like, oh, DCC. And then I read it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, and like read all of it. But DCC and Discount Dan, I resisted. Pop
Really?
finally strong arms me into
Oh
Discount Dan.
man.
Yeah, but like, do you have anything that you like resisted for a while, or you are currently resisting? And
So I was the same way. I still haven't finished DCC. I think I'm like in the beginning of
you
book
can't.
4.
Shh. Dennis, you
Exactly.
can't
I can't
admit
say
that.
that. I know exactly. And so I was the same way, and it's not. I'm not so aggressive with it. I know some people who are like, "Hey, you should watch this movie," and if you recommend this movie to them, they just won't watch it because you recommend, because
Mhm.
people told them to watch it.
Yeah.
I know some people who are like that, but I'm not that aggressive. But I have been. That was one of those things where it's like, DCC, like I'll get to it. I know it's so popular, I'll get to it. Discount Dan and Dude did Discount Dan. I love that book. And I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Wandering In, Pop Up just mentioned it. I think is also one of those things I probably won't touch it. I am very, very
Oh,
excited.
it's so
I'm
good.
very excited on the physical releases. I'm a big physical books guy, and with HarperCollins, right? I think is who got published with, and so those will be coming out. I probably will pick them up. I will pick
Yeah.
them up and start reading them. But yeah, I don't know. I think this the
We're
same way
gonna
as
have to bully you into the Wondering End.
it's so long. I'm fine with long books and long series, but I think
Give me a
longer
break. You
books.
read Who Fights with Monsters. That's long too.
I
I get
mean,
that the arc of the whole thing is long, but still, man.
I'm not talking about the arc of the whole thing is long, but I think the latest release was like 56 hours, 60 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
No,
my.
each audiobook is like 50 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good value. Good
I
return
get it.
on. Yeah.
I'm a big like
Mhm.
page per how much you spend on it type of thing. So I'm big books. So I'll check it out one of these days, but I'm trying
Mhm.
to catch up with my previous reads I missed out on.
Yeah. I always think it's funny. I mean, there's some books that, for the most part, the genre like universally agrees on. Like DCC, like
Mhm.
universally beloved in the genre. He Who Fights with Monsters also. I mean, you get a few people that are like, but for the
Right.
most part, I always think it's funny when you see the tier list pop up on Reddit, and
I
like
love
one
them.
person will have like, S ranked
They're
and
always so
F ranked, right? And then the
polarizing
next
and no
person,
one.
it's like the opposite. And you're like,
Yeah.
how the hell
Yep.
can you not like, that book? Or how do you like the Wonder
Nobody.
Woman, but you hate like
Yeah.
heretical fishing, or whatever it is, right? It's like,
No one's
yeah.
ever on the same page when it comes to those tier lists. That's actually how I found LitRPG was Reddit. It was part of some other subs, probably sci-fi or some literature subs, and
Yeah.
yeah, LitRPG came up, and I love the tier list. I always save them because I don't use them to see what's popular. I use it to see what I haven't heard of before. There's so many series, so many books out, so many authors are releasing, publishing on a daily basis.
Mm.
I'm not gonna hear about every single book, so I use those tier lists to see what's out and what people are reading.
Wildly, that's what I have Pop Pop for.
I
But
mean, that's fair.
yeah, but I mean, I use them because like if somebody's tier list, if the top of their tier list and bottom of their tier list kind of aligns with maybe what I think, then I'll be
Mhm.
like, okay, what books in the top of this tier list do I not have not
Mm,
read? Right.
right.
Um, yeah, yeah, but yeah, I don't
Reddit's a
know.
whole different beast when it comes to anything with social media or
It is. Yeah,
lit RPG.
I don't. You won't see me posting. You won't see me post on Reddit too often, if at all.
That's fair.
Um, but yeah, yeah. Um,
I love it. I think I've been noticing that a lot of people are very active on Reddit. And it's kind of interesting because from my understanding, a lot of the community started on Facebook, which is also like one of those things where I'm not into Facebook. I'm not into I'll cross
I
post,
think you're
but
giving away your age a little bit there,
a
Dennis.
little bit, a
Yeah,
little
a little
bit.
bit, a little bit.
I'm a big fan. I don't know. It's just I don't use it for Facebook for anything else other than just looking at RPG stuff from all those
Yeah.
groups. But Reddit is very, very active of a community. They all have their own opinions and recommendations and everything, and they are very active when it comes to new releases and all that.
Mhm. I think that the tough thing about Reddit, for a lot of folks, especially on the author side, is that there are some kind of like community written and unwritten rules about how to be on Reddit, and
Mhm.
the community sometimes can be really unforgiving if you
Yes.
violate them, you know. And it's a little bit more of like in your face sort of community. Like if somebody disagrees with your tier list, they're gonna let you know.
Yep.
Which
They have their opinions.
yeah, which for like a community of fairly sensitive nerds, it's kind of wild. Yeah,
That's fair.
it can be a little tough to exist in there.
They can be a
Uh,
little aggressive when it comes to
Yeah.
what's good and what's not in their own little world. But
But I also think it's like generationally, like I'm a little bit more comfortable with Facebook, and weirdly am learning TikTok, which I still don't understand. But hey, I can teach a
I love
bulldog
me
new
some
tricks, I
TikTok.
guess.
It's so busy on there. It's so many things are happening.
Yeah.
Um,
Which does remind me, we're gonna go live on TikTok about 5-10 minutes after we're done here. So if you are like, I need more Dennis and Reck in my life tonight, you can join us over there. We're gonna take over TikTok for a little bit. Yeah, and let us know if are you. What is your in the chat? What is your social media of choice that you want to engage the LitRPG community? Are you a Reddit troll? Do you hang out on Facebook? Is TikTok? Do you like our TikTok videos? Let us know in the chat.
love
Thanks,
the book
Stacy, for
talks.
joining us. Yeah. Glad to have you. Doug says the Reddit tier list of all 12 of the same books
Books
rearranged have all
rearranged.
this. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what we should do is just like put Pop Pop on there and just have him wreck it as a boomer, just providing different tier lists, randomizing them.
That's fair. That's true.
Yeah. Pop Pop,
I would love a
Pop
pop
Pop, you
pop
should
tier
go
list.
troll Reddit, man. I think you're missing an opportunity here.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do know. I mean, everybody, a lot of folks are saying Facebook SC Culligan and Doug, and
Hmm.
I get it. I mean, that's where a lot of the groups and a lot of folks started for LitRPG as well. And um,
Yep.
I definitely get it when it comes to posting things. But I do know when it comes to like my side of things, the posting of videos and stuff, a lot of groups don't like that. So
Yeah.
I try to engage where I can, but
Yeah, I try to engage Facebook just answering a lot of people's questions or like thumb upping stuff or whatever, but I
Mhm,
don't post to a lot of the groups outside of just, stumbling up, go check it out or whatever. But
mhm.
I do wonder how much of the Facebook community is still there and active. Like how much of
Yeah,
Facebook is still a thing, right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
classics, the OGs
Mm-hmm.
of the genre. That's
Mm-hmm.
fair.
Okay. Um, I've got another question for you.
Mhm.
What do you think lit RPG readers think they want that they actually don't?
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's a good question. Think they want. Man, oh man. This is gonna be funny because I just read a book, and this is gonna go back to Jay Krause's release. He released Founders Edition Lighting the Forge. I love that book,
Hmm.
not for the aspect of kind of why it was written. So he wanted to bring back VR MMOs.
Yeah, it's got a very like old school start to the book.
It, it does, and it goes back to the roots. I mean, LitRPG, a lot of LitRPGs was starting with VR MMOs, and I think a lot of people want it back. I don't think it's gonna work out anymore.
Yeah,
Um, I loved it because
that's
of
a
the.
smart answer. I agree with you.
I loved it because of the crafting aspect. The
Yeah,
Founders Edition Lighting for. I love the crafting. I love like the Stardew Valley or the town building of it. I
yeah.
don't think people care about VR MMOs anymore.
I agree, and he kind of. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how book 2 goes because he kind of yeets the VR MMO aspect of it
Mhm.
after the guy gets integrated, and now, like book 2 is going to maybe
Yeah,
star more of the characters in the world interacting with
I'm
the main.
excited about
Yeah.
that. I'm excited the interaction part, but I think very close to even the beginning of the book, I completely forgot it was a VR MMO. Like if it
Mhm.
wasn't, I wouldn't have thought otherwise.
Yeah.
Um, and
I've
so
actually got a couple VRMMO lit RPGs that I've written kind of in the desk drawer, and I never really wanted to pursue them because there's some just like storytelling issues with VRMMOs.
mhm,
Like state not just, whatever, but like stakes, the
yeah,
moving back to the real world, back and forth, people kind of hate that. And like there's just a lot going on with
yeah,
them.
that's
So
fair. And I think
yeah.
that's why this one worked out in my opinion really well. Is because there wasn't really stakes to it. Like I said, you kind of get lost in the fact
Hmm.
that it is a VR MMO. So if it wasn't, it would have worked out the same way because it almost had that cozy feel to it. It had that
Yeah.
aspect of hey, like we're just getting lost into this world. No stakes of the real world.
Hmm.
That's like the whole point of it. And so
Yeah.
I think people want it just to the nostalgic roots of the genre, but how it's played doesn't work out anymore compared to the books that are released
Yeah.
nowadays.
And that doesn't mean you can't be successful with it or whatever, but
Right.
yeah, I think maybe people have just forgotten what the problems everybody encountered the first time around. And this might just be a lesson the genre needs to learn twice.
I mean, history repeats, right? So
Yeah, 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 I think so.
that's my answer for you.
I love that take. So in the chat, tell us, what do you think the thing that people say they want but don't actually want is? I would love to hear your hot take on this one. Okay, so let's wrap up here for the podcast. We'll move over to TikTok. But Dennis, what are you reading right now? What's on your TBR?
Yeah,
Or what have you
yeah.
just read?
I mentioned this, and I'll start. The one I started today is Heretical Fishing.
Mhm.
I am excited to get into that. I've already read a couple chapters in, and I'm listening to it as well, Heath Miller. And so kind of I like feeling a little bit of a cozy vibe after reading Founders Edition. Kind of getting more into the cozy things.
Mhm.
I have a couple of S.L. Rowland's books that I might also pick up for the cozy fantasy aspect of things.
Yeah,
But
you're on a cozy kick.
I didn't think I was going to be. But I am. I used to be a big like action crunchy person, but I like the
Yeah,
feel good vibe of the cozy.
I love it. I just got caught up on Royal Road with Goth Mommy Bone Daddy. Which honestly, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you like cozy, this one's actually weirdly cozy.
Nice.
It's funny because the title, it like sends you in one direction, but when you get into the book, it's really this kind of like cozy, like love story, sort of like ish, right?
Mhm.
It's a ton of fun. Rainy Days did a great job. So I think they like pull people in with the title and then
Yeah.
hit you with this kind of like cozy romance. So that one I just got caught up on Royal Road. It's not released yet, although I think it is getting picked up by a publisher, so we should probably have it out
Nice.
here at some point. The other one I just picked up and I'm loving it. I'm chapter 5 or 6,
Mhm.
but
Yes.
Celestial Twins, Gemini. I CJ is on the podcast next week
Awesome.
and this book is like, it's good, you guys. Like, and it's kind of got that old school crunchy, like number goes up.
Mhm.
I've got the physical copy. It's right here. It's a little bit of a chonk. And it's like it's got the
Mhm.
tables and the charts and this goes up that I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely like a, you know, nostalgic lit RPG experience
Yeah.
for me. I'm
Nice.
really enjoying it.
I
Yeah.
just I got that one. I did a little bit of a book mail or whatever author mail video. Just received that one last week.
Hmm.
And so I'm very excited to dive into that. And I'm glad CJ's getting around to all the podcasters and kind of getting out there when it comes to the social media side of things.
Yeah. I'm super excited. And yeah, I mean, I'm like, that's my read tonight is I'm going to sit down and it was so funny because I messaged CJ last night and I was like, I really like it. I've got this far. And then I was like getting ready for bed and I wrote him back. I'm like, I read another chapter while I was brushing my teeth. Like, I just couldn't put it down. So yeah.
That's amazing. Actually, that small little thing, but that ties into a video I just made. I think it was yesterday of how I've been getting more into audiobooks, and audiobooks kind of have taken over when it comes to me just doing day-to-day things.
Hmm.
I have a headphone in
Oh
the
yeah,
ear, and
always doing
I'm always,
dishes
yeah,
out in the
exactly.
garden, walking the dog. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, 100%.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. All right, you guys, we are hitting the hour, so we'll let you go for now. But join us. We're gonna take a minute break. I'm gonna get some water, and we'll see you on TikTok here in 5 to 10 minutes. All right,
Perfect.
everybody. Thank you for joining tonight, Dennis. It was a joy to talk to you. We should do this more often.
Of course. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.